Hey everybody, welcome back. We've got NEEKO Teemo on deck today. This is another deck I was kind of experimenting with, not in terms of the deck list, but in decks I was playing, because I've been struggling to really find something to climb with. Like, I'm still in Diamond, and it's kind of been longer than my usual period before I can get to Masters. So finally I found this deck, played by Trickster Sorry, and he had like an 80% win rate with it, and I think I had an incredible win rate with it too. I think this morning when I was playing, I went 10-2 so far. So that's obviously really impressive for any deck list. Obviously, we're not quite in Masters yet. And so, like, there were a few games when it was kind of clear, like, the decks you were playing against were a little bit more experimental. And so, not all of those games were against the best decks. And our deck is definitely good at punishing those kind of decks since we're so aggressive. Obviously, the Warden of the Tribes deck was exceptional in the previous season, back before Warden of the Tribes got nerfed. And back during that expansion, or even that patch, I played a little bit of NEEKO, but I didn't love it. But I had a lot of fun with this deck today. One of the interesting different choices here is this deck does run 2 Bonehide Tri-Tail as another overwhelm threat for Glacial Saurian. And we run 2 Yordles in Arms rather than any big unit, like an extra, waiting until turn 10 to play a Warden of the Tribes. And this has one of these settable games too. Yodelsky Snowdog is another deck here that just absolutely uses this guy so well. I had one game where I had triple Snowdog on board because I had NEEKO disguised as one as well, and it was insane. The next turn I was playing like a top deck Bandle Commando as like a 5-power unit. So yeah, pretty good deck. I've been very impressed with it so far. 2 Cups of Tasty Fate Focus here. I don't know if this is the best choice, but it seemed to be fine for me. It pushes a lot of damage if your opponent doesn't have an answer for it. But there weren't too many matchups I found where I was playing against aggro decks where I needed the lifesteal. It was more where I was always the beatdown deck against some of these bigger Elder Dragon decks. And so he does have a nice power to be able to trade. It wasn't so much the lifesteal that I saw be incredibly effective, but Wandering Shepherd was a low-key MVP. Being able to give the weapon to our elusives is such a game changer. And this deck leveled NEEKO pretty consistently. I probably leveled her on turn 6 or earlier out of those 12 games, probably 4 or 5 times. So yeah, it felt pretty good. I remember when NEEKO first came out, whatever deck I had picked up for that first day, I didn't level NEEKO once, and I was like, this is such a disappointing champion. Like, I thought NEEKO would be so cool. Obviously the deck's a little bit better now, even without Warden of the Tribes. So yeah, let's see how we can do. This is definitely a matchup you'll see a lot on the ladder. I'm pretty happy to keep this hand. Or at least, not this hand, sorry. 1-drop, 2-drop, I meant. Bandle Commando is obviously very good. And it's just a decision between these 2 1-drops here. Because Pytoss makes Teemo look a little sad. Whereas Omen Hawk, even if he gets hit by Pytoss, the next unit's going to be bigger. And if they have Norah, she's not... Or she'll be able to block Teemo anyway. I think I'm going to go Owen Hawk here. We're not really a Puff Caps deck, I think I'd rather like draw my 3-drop or another 2-drop potentially with an extra stat line rather than hoping they don't have Pytoss turn 1. Because at that point, if they do, we just get no value from it. I've been very impressed with the Glacial Saurian though in every deck I've seen it. I hope our opponent didn't disconnect. I also, like you've seen, I barely played any NEEKO during that last patch, but I do enjoy the champion. The deck was much more interesting than I thought when I last played. And Teemo I have a little bit of experience with, not a ton, but I played enough Puff Caps in my day when I first really started getting into the game. Well, this is a little awkward if my opponent's actually not here, but it'll at least give me a chance to pontificate about the deck. There were a few other aggro decks I was considering before I picked this one up. There was actually a video review call I was watching from Mastering Runeterra in their like their private Discord group type thing that you can join, talking about some of the World's Prep decks. And some of our decks they were going over were like kind of like some of the sleeper aggro decks, like Tristana Teemo, which I thought might be fun, or Kale Teemo. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I did see one fun deck. Like, I really want to play Legion Saboteur. That's always been one of my favorite aggro cards. Yeah, that's actually pretty big here. Tasty Faithful with the 3 HP puts him out of range of Drop the Bomb, for example. Or even just like a triggered Broadmane. But obviously, yeah, if with any luck, maybe we'll just grab a free win here. But nonetheless. You can see kind of why the deck is so fluid out of the first few turns. When you can go like 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. And then by about turn 4, you get some very impressive stats and sometimes mana value if you have like a Norah and Fruit on board. Alright, glad our opponent tuned in. If they try to like pie toss this Vandal Commando, I will block. I don't want to give them the portal, and it might make it very difficult for them to stop Tasty Faithful next turn, if that's the line they take. Okay, I'm actually gonna start with here. Oops. Well, that's fine. She's a 4/4. I didn't mean to click on that. I thought it might have been like Sunhawk at first. I literally don't even know what my other options were. Oh well. That was a little bit of an oopsies, but that's fine. So in this scenario, I could attack with Vandal Commando. They probably just block. She goes down to 1 HP. I think I'm going to make them use 2 pings here if they want to kill Vandal Commando. Because now I have 2 blockers, so it's very unlikely they'll be able to get a trigger with this Norah, which is one of the ways they can beat us by stalling the game out long enough. And so I'm going to wait, because I can just leave this Vandal Commando on board to level up Twilight Protector. Obviously, or to level up NEEKO. Obviously, Twilight Protector being a double bird here is a little clunky, but we can go bird, Yordle, Reptile, Fae, Poro. So, yeah. If I'd chosen better, maybe we could have leveled NEEKO next turn. This guy's actually kind of interesting too. Again, these little Omen Hawk buffs feel so good. Putting this guy out of Pie Toss range, turning him into a serious threat for a 1-drop, just to be able to push 3 damage every turn. At least once, if he has to get blocked, he's going to push an extra damage. It adds up so quickly. Like, he's so innocent, just this little 1-drop, but that 3 damage a turn really adds up. Also, Portalpalooza never feels good when you're playing against our style of deck, because it's not like a guarantee you're going to hit that portal that next turn when you need it. And it's like so random of a hit without actually removing my stuff. So like it gives me the ability to react to your play so easily. Like you're not forcing a Mystic Shot onto my Vandal Commando. It's like, it gives me a chance here to be like, oh, well, is this bad for me to attack into? Like right here, I think I'm just going to develop a Glacial Saurian. There's nothing they have here that scares me enough to not do it. Teemo. That's good too, so I can attack with Vandal Commando and... Like, that's what I mean. Double Portalpalooza and all you got was a 1/3. That feels so bad if you're the opponent. I'm going to take this attack because no matter how they block with Norah here, we can still stop her with our double statted Teemo. And again, there's a world where we just win the game here if I didn't like misclick on that Twilight Protector right away. Why did that remind me of that? Twilight Protector? Oh, yeah, there's a little like kids cartoon called the Dragon Prince. I love that show. It didn't come out until I was like 16 or 17 or so, but I was like, I figured I'll watch a few episodes here just to see what it was like, because I was like, it's just like a kids show type thing. But I thought it had some fun themes, and it had very much a like Solari Lunari dynamic. And so yeah, that's what that guy reminded me of. Well, I'm gonna start with Glacial Saurian. I don't know if they can make. No, I need to attack with a cat, right? Okay, I'll just start with Deck Hunter. Let's see. It's kind of interesting. I think it's actually kind of a good card next turn if I need it. But we should be fine here. I don't think there's anything they can really do to stop us. At least this turn, like, we can still develop if they kill stuff. I'll wait to see if they kill this Bandle Commando to try to get in a hit with Norah, and then I'll play Teemo. That's why I'm not overriding it yet. Ah, man. Actually, that's a little annoying, that burst speed reaction to it. Or focus speed. I didn't think of that. Because, how did they get that? Oh, they played that guy so long ago. That's right. Okay. Oh, they almost certainly actually have something here, so I won't do that. Yeah, I'll just let this go. And then I have already attacked with a Yordle, correct? Correct. So I'll just play my new one with Elusive. And then I need cat or spider. Okay. I really hope I'm not messing this up, right? Okay. Because when I open attack, this guy will become a 4/3 fearsome. We're pushing 1 impact damage, 6 overwhelm damage. Oh, sweet, that was the perfect draw. To either just push the extra damage on our overwhelm, or we can just trade better. Like, they're gonna have a hard time here stopping us unless they have a wallop. Because now we have 2 elusives and an overwhelm unit that they have to deal with. We only need one of them to hit, really. Like, I don't think they're gonna be able to get us out of heroic or range dealing lethal with impact damage here as well. I don't know if I've seen this card actually played in so long. It's definitely not one that made it into the recent Dragon decks I've seen. It's kind of redundant. Like, if you're just playing an Elder Dragon deck, all your units have the chance to get Challenger and +1/+1 anyways, for like all the Dragon Boon buffs. Alright, nice starter game here. One card I'm very glad is out of standard is the Sump Monument. Ugh, I do not like that card. Okay, this one I haven't actually played very much. I played a lot of Elder Dragon decks, but it was either Norah Elder Dragon or specifically with our deck. I've played obviously against this deck a lot otherwise, but specifically with our deck, the NEEKO deck, it was either the Elder Dragon Garen or Elder Dragon Norah that I ran into a lot today. And this opening hand is very unconvincing. Although I just don't know if Bonehide Tritail is going to get big enough if I take a gamble with all my other cards. This is a pretty interesting start. They might have a 2/3 on turn 2 here. So that's what I'm going to be careful for. Oh, yeah, I'm going to actually absolutely play Bandle Commando here. At least she can trade now if they try to kill her. That's the reason why I wanted to get Bandle Commando down. I was hoping she wouldn't really die easily here, obviously. But if they trade away here, I'm so happy with this. It makes it much easier for our NEEKO to hit.
Elder Dragon, I am your destiny.
Ooh. Oh, is it too late? I always think when I go to play NEEKO, I could have obviously waited there in hopes of this turn playing a Solari Sunhawk version of NEEKO.
Dragon blood, Demacian heart.
Another day in the field.
Yordle, Poro, Spider, Fae, Bird.
Never know what hit 'em.
I don't think there was anything I could have done differently here to actually level up NEEKO. So I think I'm just going to pass here with Teemo.
Eagle Scout learns by doing.
Because I don't want to lose NEEKO necessarily. I can attack like this.
You're no dragon.
I smell fear.
They obviously certainly know this is probably NEEKO. But I'm going to make them do something about it in order to actually accomplish that. I think this is worth it because by the time we attack again, we're going to be able to get our 6-unit wide board again. So rather than just attacking with a Teemo here, I have to be okay with throwing away a unit or two. That's not a bad draw.
Careful, Sephiroth.
No, NEEKO. Oh,
Strike
is
at
Teemo taking one here? Yeah. Okay. Well, we can't do anything about this. I'd love to top deck another NEEKO here. NEEKO leveling up plus... I don't really love this play. I guess we're kind of just going all in though, huh? I'll see if they have a Morgana here. Maybe things get a little trickier. If I rip this, we get some 4/4s that can't even attack. They're just gonna eat our board alive though. I could attack with these. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I have to force them to trade on their board soon. I can't just let them sit here and eat my guys alive with their challengers over the next few turns when Siobhan is leveling. Obviously, in that case, I could have just not played this Omen Hawk to keep up my heroic refrain. I don't know if that would have made a huge difference, but it probably would have if they have like a form up or something. So that was probably a misplay. I think we're just at an awkward spot, though. Not having any like Glacial Saurians or NEEKOs to help finish off the game, I think is going to cost us here. Oh, interesting. I'll leave these guys back as chump blockers, just hoping we can last long enough to get another attack with like a decent board.
Our dance begins.
Even Siobhan is going to be real trouble here, getting a strafing strike every turn. She's going to be virtually invincible. Does the Enraged Fire Spitter trigger count as dragons dealing damage
There are none like me.
for Shyvana's level up? I think it would, right? That would make sense to me. I love this deck though. This Shyvana Elder Dragon deck. I don't know if I played the version with Morgana though, but the Shyvana version was really cool. Oh, that's interesting. That's really bad too. Yeah, I think this one's over. That probably finishes it off, get rid of a unit's keywords. And they still haven't used too many other strike spells, so it's not even a guarantee that this Snow Dog makes it to next turn to level up. I don't know how we're finishing this off though. I feel any turn they're just gonna take over the board with big dudes that we can't handle anymore. And then like the odds of them even having a single combat here or something to stop our NEEKO seems pretty high. But we got at least one attack off. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be it. Good game.
Next time, NEEKO will show them all.
I wonder how many times you should keep a Glacial Saurian in your opener, because it's just such an important card to, in the late game, keep your card draw coming. And you have so many early units that using one slot in your opening hand as a Glacial Saurian really isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, alright, well, we get a sort of rematch. Norah and Fruip is fine as a 3-drop. In a matchup like this, when stats are so important on board, I feel like I'd rather find... And like, if I keep a Norah and Fruip and I top deck a Glacial Saurian by then, I'll try it. But like, by turn 4, we could play a turn 4 Glacial Saurian, which would be nice. In this matchup, turn 1 Teemo feels really good.
I'll scout ahead. More mushrooms.
I love NEEKO's level up animation too. All the Yordles and Vestaya, they're all fun. Yeah, so like right here, I really want to play Wandering Shepherd next turn. I don't really want to go Norah and Fruip plus Precious Pet.
Anyone seen any sheep around here?
This is vulnerable to single combat, but it goes really well here if... Oh yeah, okay. Well, double hits with Teemo here is pretty good. We're pushing 5 damage and getting all the puff caps in the deck.
Swiftly. Price doesn't mean everything.
On it and on 'em.
This upcoming turn is an interesting decision. They're almost certainly going to kill Teemo, right? At least attempt. Or, because if you just leave him free...
I serve my people with pride.
I'll start here. I'll go with Norah and Fruip. If they leave Teemo alive, I'm pretty happy.
If it hops or slithers,
Because I don't think they're going to kill her right here. With the Pioneer. Yeah, that makes sense. I've already attacked with a Weapon Master. No, I don't think so. Just a Yordle. So I'll leave her alive for now in case I top deck a NEEKO next turn. So now I can go Precious Pet, Owlcat, Glacial Saurian. And potentially just get another scout attack here with Bandle Commando. Haha, that's kind of nasty, huh?
aren't you a weird one?
They will burn like we did.
Now I don't know what to do here. I think I'll go upcycled right now because it's kind of like a refillable resource in a sense. If they use strike spells to kill whatever I equip here, next turn when I play Teemo, and they just like start running out of options to deal with him.
Let's cook 'em.
Yeah, like that's so much better than being used on my Teemo. Now I just want to be careful of like leveling their dragons so quickly. So I'll attack here. And I think that's it.
You call that fighting? You remain wild.
I'm not going to play another unit because I don't want to have to overwrite something next turn. Okay, well that's a pretty aggressive tap out here. Obviously that's a little annoying. Shyvana's going to level. I'll start with Tasty Faithfolk.
Looks like I'm ready. Bye-bye.
And they have 1 mana.
What are you?
Yeah. I think getting Cloud Drake down there obviously makes a ton of sense to try to get your bigger units down faster. But all of a sudden we're looking really good.
Another day in the field.
The only thing I'm worried about is an Enraged Fire Spitter. And our open attack just looks so good. Oh gosh, okay. Well, we have Reptile and Yordle. I'll go with this here, because even if they use an Enraged Fire Spitter on my Teemo, they tap out. Pretty much. And I just get to play Shapeshifter. NEEKO. Okay, I think this is game over then.
I'll scout ahead.
Okay.
NEEKO is here. Or is she? Big strong NEEKO coming through.
Yeah, you get him with that Pop Blossom, NEEKO. Alright, GG. That one felt good.
Oh yeah, good guys win. Woo!
NEEKO is so charming. I used to play NEEKO a ton in League of Legends too. Huh. I think I'll just keep NEEKO here. This is a matchup where I actually would like a Norah and Froop. Omenhawk turn 1 always feels really good. Turn 2 NEEKO probably, unless we top deck like a Bandle Commando. That's really nice to help just keep our Norah alive a little bit here. Because they don't have any really like strike spells or anything, so it should be pretty hard for them to deal with NEEKO. That's a problem. I'm gonna see if I can just level NEEKO next turn. Bird, Reptile, Spider, Poro, cat, whatever cat creates. The reason I did this was I wanted to make sure, even though we're not being as mana efficient, I wanted to make sure this didn't create another like pro in hand. Oh, that's actually really good too. But I think Weapon Master, Fae, Yordle. No, they're all so expensive. That would have been so good if we got to level up NEEKO there. A little disappointing actually. I was really banking on that. Now we're actually kind of in a tough spot.
You did one Yordle portal and suddenly geography means nothing.
Bird, reptile, spider, cat, poro. I'm pretty sure we're not leveling her, right? I'm throwing NEEKO away almost certainly. I think I'll just end the round. Trade away like my Omen Hawk next turn and play a Glacial Saurian next turn. We can level up NEEKO and play Yordles in Arms. That seems pretty good.
Joy is a good look in a book and a cat in a lap.
Off we go.
I can trade this away because we have another spider. I'll block Norah to stop the portal. And then just chill. Oh, that's actually pretty bad for us. Like if the flash bombs hit our Poro or Spider next turn. I wasn't expecting that. Could be in trouble. Ooh. I already have a cat though. Still. Paparo plus... Oh, doggy. This is interesting. I'm not doing any combat math here. I'm kind of just winging it, but
Seen any sheep around here?
I'm really hoping this Yordles in Arms is enough. They don't have enough mana for Puzzling Signpost, if that's even something they play. But I'm hoping this gives us the chance to really push some damage here. We should be good. Like, NEEKO's not dying. They're gonna have to take some bad trades, and we're still pushing lots of damage. Like, the Wandering Shepherd right now would only kill our Spider or Poro. That's totally fine for us. We get to keep Snowdog and Glacial Saurian alive, and NEEKO, of course. This is pretty big.
You messed with the wrong NEEKO.
And this is where I'm really happy I took Paparo. Next turn, hopefully, I'm going to play a Norah and Froop into Paparo, into a big cat or a Yordle here, whatever it is that we manifest, and we could be able to rebuild no matter how they trade down our board.
Hey, stop that.
One thing to be careful of is if they give Norah the equipment, she's going to be pushing a lot of damage.
Dearie me.
Okay, yeah, they just have to trade too much. Perfect. This worked out really well. This is game over though. I don't, there's like physically no way for them to get back into this unless they happen to play Norah. I don't even know what progress she's at, but she'd have to be leveled for most of these portals. Well, hello there. We can go 3, 2, 1, depending on how we have to trade here. I could also just play this dude and say, what are you going to do about it? I'll overwrite this Teemo here onto the... Actually, I guess I overwrite the Deck Hunter, right? Because this is pushing 0 damage, this is pushing 1 damage with the impact. So I guess actually just overriding the Deck Hunter is nice here. Man, NEEKO is so nasty. When you get 2 attacks with NEEKO, it's literally like a Cosmic Inspiration on a 2-mana unit. That's not bad.
Prepared for anything.
I don't think there's any way for me to sequence this differently that matters.
Oh, fake
Like the attack order.
Akshan.
Alright. That was a pretty convincing one too. Against a Bard deck too. I don't like Bard decks. I feel like sometimes they can get so crazy on the stats, you know?
Hey, everyone is invited to picnic.
Yeah, this deck is just one of those decks where it feels like I don't even have to make too many decisions and the deck just sometimes wins games on its own. Which is kind of what I need, you know? I hadn't played for a month or two. Just getting back in the groove. I make so many silly mistakes sometimes still. Once I get to Masters, trust me, I'll play a lot of Seraphine and you'll see how bad I really am. This is a pretty nasty curve. If we find a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop for turn 3. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Game over. I played against a Master Yi Zed deck earlier, which looked kind of cool.
Swiftly.
So let's see. We have the attack turn on turn 3. So that's a little unrealistic. Turn 5. We should be able to level NEEKO if nothing dies. I'll just start with Precious Pet here. I'm not going to get wild about attacking with my NEEKO into a potential pump spell.
I'll scout ahead.
Yeah, like I don't really want to run into the 3-1 that flips and gives something vulnerable. Or my NEEKO into a pump spell.
Roll this.
We should go bigger than them. I just don't know if we'll be as efficient as them. Like their game plan is much well underway compared to us. I was debating going Deck Hunter there and trying to search for a second unit. And this doesn't matter all that much because our Teemo already attacked to get NEEKO's trigger. I'm not going to walk into the +2/+0 spell here. Next turn I might play Deck Hunter just to try to find like an extra elusive threat. Because let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. So we need to play 2 more cards this turn. So maybe I'll go Weapon Master here. Plus the Deck Hunter. I want to give it HP here actually. NEEKO is relevant again. I had like a 10-2 record this morning when I played this deck. Trickster Sorry had like an 80% win rate with it over however many games. It's been very impressive for me. I've been like stuck Diamond 4 for a week, and I'm already up to Diamond 2 now, just from playing it today. Even without Warden of the Tribes. This doesn't even run Warden of the Tribes. This is a little annoying. I don't know how we're gonna beat that next turn.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
That probably stops us from leveling NEEKO, unfortunately. Should I attack right now? With my 7/7? Before they give this guy so many stats and stuff? I think that might be worth it. Since I'm not leveling NEEKO, like I'm not accomplishing anything by playing this Deck Hunter first. So I'm gonna play this first so they can't get a good block with their Akshan. Also, hi Canadian. I don't like how they're gonna do Akshan dirty. Yeah, I love Akshan. I feel like he's such a quintessential Legends of Runeterra champion. Some of the decks are so good though. Like, as much as I love this game, I'm so used to Magic the Gathering when it's so much harder sometimes to get these crazy like engines going on in standard. And it's like a 5-mana 9/6 with Overwhelm and Quick Attack. Are you kidding me? But obviously, like, Legends of Runeterra is just a different game. I think I'll take the dog because it's cheaper. Oh no, this actually looks really good. Cheap and gives Akshan vulnerable, so I can get rid of him. So my overwhelms can get in. That's not bad either.
Let us see if you are.
That is also worrisome. We only have like one turn here. Just draw into a Teemo maybe. Worst comes to worst, next turn we can develop more if we need to. But I don't want to give him too many actions next turn to play things like Siphoning Strikes.
Voodoo style.
Cat Yordle, Bird, Weapon Master, Reptile, and then Spider. So I could open attack with NEEKO. And we'd have double Overwhelm units. I think I'm going to... Does he know who NEEKO is? I don't know. I think he probably suspects it because most lists don't run Solari Sunhawk. So like, if he's at least just like familiar with most deck lists, this is the one card I've played so far that's unusual. Okay, maybe he's just scared of the Overwhelm too. Well, that's fine. I can go Glacial Saurian plus Redfin Hammer Snout this turn, right? Or I could go Norah and Froop. No, she just doesn't push any damage though. This is bad. I think we're in trouble. If I play Redfin Hammer Snout, I can keep up both my pump spells. I can just throw Redfin Hammer Snout away into Akshan over here. Keep up both my pump spells as well to push the damage. Because they have so many cards. I just don't think open attack accomplishes anything there. NEEKO pushes like 4 maybe, but with Quicksand, it's just so worrisome that we're actually going to be able to accomplish anything here. That's why I want double pump spells to push an extra 8 damage on the 2 units they don't Quicksand. Is Quicksand in Standard? I actually don't know. I haven't played against Shurima in so long, I feel. Alright, NEEKO. Bring us home the dub. This one's getting real close, real fast. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's a lot. I'm just gonna go for it, though. Quicksand still saves them. Oh. Yeah, that does it too. Oh? Teemo? Puffcap lethal? They're gonna be drawing lots of cards if they ever activate one of these again. Ah, shoot! Are you kidding me? Man, this is the reason why I understand Akshan getting rotated. I feel like their decks are always like crazy. Samira Akshan was insane. Master Yi Akshan or Master Yi here even's like kind of bonkers. Like our deck was doing some pretty unfair things too, you know. We would have had them too. Oh no, our deck did some pretty unfair things, but I feel like they just do unfair things faster. Yeah, I didn't think Master Yi Akshan was all that good either. That's the second time I've run into it today. I didn't even know it was a thing. It's been very impressive. Cool for Master Yi though. He's been a neglected champion for some time. What could I have done differently? I think I actually messed up by my combat ordering. If I attacked NEEKO first, Overwhelm unit, Overwhelm Glacial Saurian, I don't think Master Yi lifesteal would have mattered. Teemo, Yuumi, ugh, gosh. That deck I've not had fun playing against lately. That's a big one for our deck, though. Goes good with everything? Yeah, he's like... That's one of the reasons I like him. Most of the time, I feel he's just like a flexible champion. Oh my gosh. Do we actually... We're just going to outscale the Teemo Yuumi deck here. Yeah, game over. Oh. Wow. Decisions. No! Oh, really? Okay, that's actually totally fine with me. I want to just give NEEKO the most health. What is this? Yeah, one of the first decks. I feel like I'm so obnoxious. I probably say one of my favorite decks when I first got into Legends of Runeterra all the time. But I loved Akshan Sivir. That was one of my favorite decks that really got me into like the competitive side of the game.
You did one Yordle portal and suddenly geography means nothing.
What on earth? This is so bad for them. Like, I understand it's really nice, a card in general, but these guys aren't blocking. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, what do they do? If they ever chump block, they just give me back, like, a Glacial Saurian or another Tasty Fatefolk or something? They're gonna have to, like, one-shot me here. Oh, and if they don't open attack, they're gonna be so upset. They're taking 2 impact damage next turn. Again, that's one thing I don't think about enough. I definitely kind of overlooked that. When I picked Twilight Protector just for the big stat line, I'd already been able to attack with an Omen Hawk. So I didn't work towards NEEKO's level of progress as efficiently. Like if I picked the Grandfather Fae, that would have created the like an extra spell shield unit as well. Okay, what do I want to kill here? I think I just want to stop them from getting extra units, force them to trade with these guys. Oh, it's a pastry anyway. Okay. Well, now I know they only have units. So, well, that's actually kind of funny. I'll trade. Okay. I got your Vandal Commando and your Pie Toss out of Perilous Pastry out of hand. These are all units then. I'm just going to attack. Teemo doesn't accomplish much here. Like, they could just chump block, I guess. But I don't want to give them the chance to play any more threatening units. And they're forced to block with these guys, you know, so I'm going to be able to get my other units on board. They're kind of done. And again, if they're using resources here to kill this guy, My Teemo is just gonna block their elusives again later.
You best believe I don't play. Lead the way,
Hmm.
You've been following me? Nothing like the great outdoors.
Maybe their deck just doesn't have the tools to deal with my deck. If I develop Teemo there, they get to develop Yuumi. I don't know if that's the worst thing in the world. I think that'd be fine.
If it hops or slithers,
If I don't attack with Teemo, or block with Teemo, we get to level NEEKO. So I'm just gonna block. 7 damage could be lethal if they literally top deck all their burn. So I'll just get my Glacial Saurian back.
Vandal scouts are never afraid.
8 damage should be pretty healthy. It'd be double blowback plus... Yeah, they're using this to kill Teemo too. They're not using it on my face. Like, if they put me down to 6, they would have potentially had blowback, discard, discard. Top deck blowback plus discard. So yeah, that wouldn't have enough. Okay. I think we should be able to finish this off finally.
A new species.
Reptile. Still not leveling NEEKO though, but
Aren't you a weird one?
this should be enough then. I guess I can go or Deck Hunter is actually more likely to find something that hits Nexus than Teemo. Oh my gosh.
Species. Aren't you a weird one?
It's kind of funny. A little eccentric, but kind of funny. What do you think they're gonna react like? I had that crazy Dulcie Snowdog on turn 2, and then I got a Zulani here. That's so funny. This also might be my first time I ever played this card in my life. I don't think I ever played this card before. Alright, GG. Those matchups are so weird, man. I don't like those matchups at all. It's either my deck goes crazy big with Snowdog, or their deck goes crazy big with Yuumi, I feel. Obviously, it's more complex than that, but sometimes when you're complaining about it. They certainly held our units hostage long enough with those skips, too. Okay. Darius Gnar. I played a little bit of this one the other day. I haven't run into it the past day or so, though. Like, since my last stream. I actually really like this combo. Turn 3, turn 4. Oh, perfect! Look at this.
Prepared for anything.
Wow.
Armed and
I'll take the trade. This, like, Teemo's never attacking then as long as they leave Omen Hawk up. And I don't want them to have that to block like a leveled NEEKO.
A warrior needs a drumbeat. Bring the spirits.
I'm looking to get turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. We'll have to decide. Actually, I think if we keep a Norah and Fruit alive. Oh wait, this guy's a Fate too. I was thinking I could play an Alka here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Right now, if I go Glacial Saurian
You a weird one.
and Protoporo into a Yorlin Arms, is that enough to do much? If I go Saurian... Okay, well now I'm definitely going Saurian. I'm gonna have to trade with this. I can't leave this alive for too long. Even though I'm not gonna get the attack trigger, we obviously can't take that much damage for free here.
A new species.
Next turn we can still get 3 units down. Okay, so if I go bird cat, we can level NEEKO. And they didn't use their mana very efficiently this game, I feel. That's a problem for them too. They don't really have a great way to deal with this. They might have like Wallop. No, Wallop is Wallop just a Bandle City card, right? Like, I think we're actually okay here. I don't know if they have any stuns off the top of my head outside of the Darius spell. Not Darius, is Decimate. What's the other one? You know what I mean. There's like the stun an enemy and give allies +2/+0.
Fight or die.
Where's my head? NEEKO is here. Or is she? NEEKO goes up, colors come down.
You can see how consistently we level NEEKO in this deck, though. Like, she's been a monster so far for our opponents. Yeah, Flash Freeze would certainly buy them a lot of time. But not killing it?
My tusks.
There's no way they're killing us next turn. Even a Darius won't be leveled. And we'd have a 7 HP unit to block with. This dog is so busted. I love him. He's so adorable. I wish they have like League of Legends stuffed animals. What I would give for the Dulcie Snow Dog stuffed animal. That guy is adorable. I don't even know if I need to take this trade, or if there's any reason for me not to block with the Bonehide Tri-Tail. But we're so far ahead. I don't think I'm gonna even... Like, I'm just gonna make it impossible for them to kill this guy.
My axe is ready.
What if I did this? Into Yordles and Arms?
Everyone can be anyone.
For me, the spirits dance.
NEEKO alone is gonna be pushing 7 damage. Alright, GG.
Yay! Everyone is invited to picnic.
Decisive Maneuver, that's the card I was thinking of. I saw a Neela Jana deck was one of the world's winning lists, right? I definitely want to check that one out. I love Neela Jana when that expansion was around. just Warden of the Tribes was so good. I just did not like playing into that. Alright, this is an interesting little curve. Owen Hawk Snowdog. On turn 3 they play Zed. I could probably play NEEKO trying to find a Sunhawk. I did that earlier today when I was playing against a Zed deck, and it felt pretty good. Or no, into an Akshan deck it was. I think it was that first time I played against Akshan Yi. Turn 3. I think it's still a Norah and Fruip next turn, most likely. And then on turn 4 we could try to play enough to... They didn't deal with this, obviously, like, this is a much better unit. But I wonder how they're going to deal with this, because we already got the attack trigger, so we don't need it around. Also, look at this! Busted card. Okay, I can go a Norah and Fruip here. And just next turn play all my big stuff, just take one hit here. Because this turn they're not doing enough to threaten me, I don't think. To such an extreme that I need to, like, dig for hoping I hit a Sunhawk with NEEKO. I want to try to use it offensively since I think we're in a much better position. These guys are horrible blockers. They don't accomplish anything on defense. Oh, okay. Again, we already got the attack triggers. That's okay. And that was so unnecessary. Why didn't they attack first? They would have dealt the same amount of damage, right? I guess it would have been the same amount of damage. Sure. I love Green Glade Duo. Again, one of my favorite cards. I'm probably the most annoying person ever. Okay, this is a really nice little curve. No, they don't have any blockers after this resolves. This is why I wanted to say that NEEKO. We can play Wandering Shepherd as well. So we'd have Bird, Dog, Reptile, Poro, Weapon Master. So I guess she's not leveling. Still pretty good though. That's really annoying. Nice.
I did one Yordle portal and suddenly geography means nothing. Hopping in.
It's not a bad shot either. I don't think I care about that either. It's obviously making this guy a little scary, but these guys aren't pushing enough damage on their own. I'll just block one with the Poro. I guess I need the Poro. Bird, Dog. Okay. So, what are they doing here that scares me? They're only attacking... Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna let this go then. And I can just block this if they dare to attack. Oh my gosh, I love Shark Trainer. It's probably worth it, I'll say. Because next turn, we'll keep up enough mana for either of these interaction spells. And again, they're not gaining life if they play the Dragonling spell.
Alright, line up, you little chompers.
If only she could see me.
I love field work.
What do I need to not attack with? Bird, Dog. So I don't level her unless I attack with all these, right? Well, that's a shame. We lose our Shark Tooth.
Show her what I cook, you horse.
They're still gonna have to chump block with everything, though.
Wrong, Nico.
I love this card. This card is so underrated. I don't know if it's actually a great card, but I think it's an incredibly fun card. Look at this little guy. What is he doing over here? I need to shut up. I swear, I probably know the heck out of you guys. Every time I see a card, I'm like, look how cool this card is!
Where you go?
Okay. I I will kill your things. Unfortunately, they didn't kill any of my units. So I still can't get a Sharp Tooth next turn. Obviously next turn, I wouldn't need to tag with everything to trigger NEEKO, so we're good. Again, another time we leveled her on turn 6. She levels very quickly. Sure. That's fine.
This way, come along. On me!
Chunky 10-9.
Looks like I'm ready. Bye-bye.
Oh, oopsies, that was a little bit of a punt. Yeah, oh well. I totally forgot they still had the attack token. I don't know why I thought they had already attacked this turn. My bad. Obviously it doesn't matter at this point, but I hope it doesn't matter at this point.
Yes, hello, enemies.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I see.
NEEKO is very hungry. NEEKO was NEEKO the whole time.
Alright, well, that was another good one. Again, I feel like I'm not playing these games perfectly, but the deck is just so good.
Oh yeah, good guys win. Woo woo.
I think this deck is just so good because it's flexible, you know? You have so many options to find so many win conditions. Sometimes you win simply by going wide. Other times it's elusives. Other times it's overwhelm. Oh, Jeepers, Poro King? That's not what I like to see here. Shepherd into NEEKO could be okay. Or Shepherd into Bandle Commando. Do I really want to gamble for a one-drop? Like, an Omen Hawk would be pretty big. Teemo would be nice. I think I'm just going to keep the One Ring Shepherd. That's a nice way to keep my NEEKO relevant into the late game. Omen Hawk would be nice, but obviously I wouldn't really care to throw away my Teemo into this Poro, so I think it's okay here. Oh.
Little ones.
Puffcat Pup with a weapon though? Kind of OP. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna go Norah and Fruip here.
If it hops or slithers, it's my kind of critter.
I really don't like this matchup though. I'm feeling kind of lost already. If they stick a Poro King, we just don't have any way to deal with it.
A new species. You did one Yordle portal and suddenly
I needed the extra attack thing here. I didn't want to have to like pre-commit a heroic refrain walking into combat type thing. I can go like this and hope they don't have a Poro Snacks. If they do have a Poro Snacks, our NEEKO still is, we might just lose the spider. But at that point, that's kind of whatever. Okay, well I can kill one of their elusives here, so I think I'll do that at least. This other guy is going to be pretty difficult for us to deal with otherwise. We still have Yordles and Arms, obviously it's our big pump spell for our next attack. Glacial Saurian off the top would feel really nice. That's actually not bad either. Not perfect, but it's fine.
Gave me quite a fright.
They're gonna find another Poros next, so Fearsome's irrelevant. At least Scout, there's a chance it becomes useful. Like, I could just end the round. Take all this damage. Like, I'll throw away one Weapon Master, and the next turn attack with Weapon Master Reptile. So NEEKO's nowhere near leveling. But I could play Yordles in Arms just to get 2 attacks with the 6/4 Scout unit. That's a pretty good draw here, especially with Norah and Foop on board. Okay, what's this guy gonna be? Too tough? I think it's probably just Tasty Faithfulks for sure here. He'll have 5 health, so he'll almost certainly get this hit plus 1 more in the future. Ooh, hold on. Dog Spider, Reptile, Weapon Master, Cat Fae. Okay, they're tapped out. I think we leveled NEEKO. I think we're actually looking good here. This deck is so explosive. Like, I didn't even think we were going to be in a good attack this turn. But that top deck Hunter for only 1 mana, and the Fae for only 2 mana, allowing us to still play the Yordles in Arms is kind of nasty. Like, what do they do here? They're going to have to trade away their whole board. Even if they leave Poroking alive. They might, maybe, hopefully will struggle to. Oops, what did I just do here? I accidentally just turned on surround sound on my thing. Okay. We need Weapon Master to attack. So I think I attack with him twice. Because if they trade away Poroking, he still obviously gets the trigger for NEEKO. If they don't trade with Poroking, he gets a second attack anyways. And they just took a butt ton of damage. Okay, perfect. Again, another turn 6 level up with NEEKO. Yeah, this deck is far and away the easiest deck I've played this season. Like, I don't know if best necessarily, just because I haven't been playing well enough with the more complex decks. But as you can see, I was like hard stuck bottom of Diamond, and all of a sudden, I'm almost Masters again. Thank you, NEEKO. I'm really happy that I'm having fun with this NEEKO deck though. I love playing NEEKO in League of Legends. That I was so excited when she came out in League of Legends or in Legends of Runeterra. But it just wasn't my style of deck when she first came out. But I've been having a lot of fun with this.
A new species.
I don't think I'm supposed to do anything here. Or no, yeah, I can just do this. Because they can't attack with their ground units. They get to push no elusive damage. And we just open attack next turn.
Weird one.
The thing is, they're getting bigger faster than us now. But they still can't kill our NEEKO. If I attack with this guy, he just dies to one of them for free. I think I'm just going to attack here. We just don't have a way of stopping them from doing their game plan either. Oh, wow. At least now if you ever find an impact unit. Okay. I was gonna say, that seems like a... Okay. Well, this is good for us then. I'll see how it works out. If this is how it resolves, we at least get to put Scout on NEEKO, and they don't have any elusives left currently. This seems really bad for us. The fact that this guy's like immortal.
NEEKO was NEEKO the whole time.
If I summon an exact ephemeral copy of an ally, does it give them the attachments as well? Heck yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I'll wait. It's starting to look a little bit more suspicious. We'll have double elusives though.
Hey, stop that.
I don't think there's any reason for me to use this here. Like, I don't think it accomplishes anything. Because I kind of want a NEEKO with full health, right? Oh man. I'm really glad they used it then though, instead of next turn. I mean, at this point, I'm going to do it this now. I also could have saved some life. Maybe that was better. But I wanted to keep the Snow Dog alive. I guess it's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, I think I should... Okay. I probably should have just saved the little dude over here to stop the life gain.
I will grow. I will NEEKO. Reporting in.
That was definitely a bigger punt than I thought. Oh man, okay. That's pretty good.
Know what hit him.
Oh? That's just drawing Poros though, isn't it? I don't think they can do anything then, because they can play a 1-mana Poro and potentially top deck the 2-mana Frostbite unit. But we have 3 elusives that are all dealing a lot of damage here. So as long as I don't have a way to give this guy lifesteal, I think we're okay.
Go fake NEEKO.
Well, close game. Much closer than I thought. I thought we had that in the bag for a while.
We did it together.
Alright. Well, that was pretty good. Let me check here real quick what my actual stats are, because it was very good and I want to brag about it. No, honestly, like, this deck is bonkers. This is definitely the deck I would most recommend at the moment if you're trying to climb. I played a little bit of Darius Gnar. I went 4-2, which felt good as well. But this deck, once this loads real quick, was definitely... I think there is enough decision making with it to be fun when you have to try to find different avenues to victory. Like elusives, overwhelm, going wide, all that stuff. How you sequence with, like, if you have a Norah and Frump in hand, do you play her on turn 3 or do you play your Weapon Master onto your Teemo on turn 3? Yeah, this thing isn't working at the moment. Maybe I'll try later. But anyways, overall, I've been very impressed with this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you have a good one.